Hey, g'day, Scavig here, and welcome back to the Atlas. And the Atlas has gone through a significant change, and basically, I can't see any of it because we have a new map. Let's go and have a look. The Atlas is now an 11 by 11 grid instead of 15 by 15. It appears our start island, it looks almost identical as the original. Alright. Got that skull, which is good. Fibers. So I believe that some of the starter areas are supposed to have improved resources. Can I actually craft anything yet? No, I need that first level. Alright. Grab some rocks off the ground if I can find them. There we go. Alright, so the main aim for this episode is going to be just to have a look at the new map. I'm going to basically wander around a bit and see what it has to offer in terms of the islands and whatnot. See if there's anything new and interesting. I believe that it will end up being the same islands, really. It's just going to be configured in a better way. Anyway, okay, we've moved over to the first island on H4, just south of H3 where I've started. We're having a look at... Oh, wrong button. We've got some jute. We've got some strong wood. Where were you? Fronds and strong wood. Supposedly, the islands are supposed to be a bit more balanced in terms of items. I mean, I can see a lot of stuff here just for collecting. Now, I've turned enemy invisible on, so I'm going to be able to see creatures and they're not going to attack. Mainly because we're just exploring. Let's get out of this biome of this island and see if we can find something else. Marble, obsidian and iridium. Wow. Iridium right off the bat. Chert. Okay, so we've got another different type of rock. Marble, obsidian. Very good. Straw. So a different type of resource again. Granite, chalcedony, copper. So we've got two different types of metal, stone and flint. Lots of different types of other materials in terms of food. Two different types of fibers. And I'm wondering if there's going to be two different types of trees then. I just haven't found it yet. What's that? Quartz. Alright, so that's just straight crystal. I've already collected some crystal from the starter island, as you know, you can get crystal from the starter island, but we got crystal on this particular one. So if you were looking to basically set up, you'd be able to find your crystal here. Alright, so I've flown over to the next area, G4, and looking at this island, it's one with fresh water. It's got some lovely waterfalls. Should probably slow it back down to real time. Damn, actually this looks really good. I like this. I probably would use something like this for my own base. You got a bit of a feature of the buildings on the walls. Natural water source coming out of the rocks there. There's a massive land bridge here. And so you can actually... take you a while to get there, but the way up is just down over there and walks all the way around. And you come all the way up, and the reverse is also true on the other side. I think I actually did set up on one of these islands once in my earlier playthrough. Anyway, let's get down and have a look at what some of the resources are. Alright, marble, obsidian and iridium, so we're already similar to the other island, or the other area. And we're still only one away from the start area. Hemp, so that's a different type of fibre. Still only one type of tree, which is just the strong wood. What are you? Cilantro? Bush. What? Oh. Oh. Oh, that's a straight up bug. The arc bush, and he's turned up in the game. Oh, that's stupid. Okay, we're now over G5. And it appears to be a Power Stone Island. The Hydra in all its glory. I've got to remember I've got an enemy invisible on. Yeah. Alright, so this one, it's a Hydra Island, but we're already on G5, right? So, interesting. Let's go and check out F5 and we'll see if it is a Power Stone Island as well. Alright, coming up on the next island, F5. It appears to be the Dragon. But again, yes, it's a straight up Power Stone Island. Alright, so let's have a look at this atlas in a more easy format. Okay, so this is what we've done. We've basically come down from H3, checked out a few of the surrounding areas, and they were just your regular atlas map places, where they obviously the resources were a bit more frequent, which is quite nice. Moving down to G5 and F5, that appeared to be Power Stone Islands. So F6 is probably going to end up being what was the Moor before, and so everything around it is going to be Power Stone Islands. Alright, my game crashed, but who cares? I am sitting on top of the Moor. Right in the middle. So yep, this is definitely your final combat. The 8 Power Stones are around the central Moor, which is really, really good. It's actually really close together. So obviously, if you're doing your Power Stone stuff, you don't have to travel all over the entire map to get it done. And I don't mind that. That's pretty good, because they were very, very far apart before. Okay, we're on F3, and I think I found my first candidate for an exceptional looking island. Down on the ground level, we have this port looking area. But there's a natural land bridge that moves all the way, a natural pathway leading up the hill. Nice bridge under a waterfall. Some scaffolding. Didn't even see that on my first pass. But this pathway just keeps going all the way up. So at this point, I guess the pathway is done, but we're up onto a plateau area full of creatures and whatnot. But if I keep swinging around here into this big open area, if you were to come through here and then scale up this wall, this is actually a natural way up. Let's just have a quick look. You'd probably be able to get up there. It does swing around some more. Yeah, there doesn't look to be a natural way up, but you would certainly be able to utilise your climbing hooks and whatnot. But yeah, there's a lovely series of waterfalls and ponds. So this just looks amazing to me, and I think this is probably one of the biggest candidates I've seen so far as a base area. So, oh, wow, look at that bridge. Yeah, I like this spot. Just with all the various bridges and stuff. Another area of water. Houses all in between. Well, that looks pretty funky. Where the water comes out of its mouth. Freshwater fish. There were some more bridges over here. Yeah, scaffolding and bridges. Wow. Can you imagine actually having tribes on here where you potentially have warring factions fighting over bridges and things? You make up some rules where you don't actually destroy each other's base, but you could do like a capture the flag type battle where you each have to build a singular tower here, and the idea is that you have to fight across the bridge to capture the flag on the other side. I could see that being an interesting server type thing where you could include all the people without griefing and just have a bit of fun PvP. Okay, next place we're on. Here we go. We're on F2. This one has a pond. I seem to recall building on this island. This is probably one of the first ones that I did actually build on. I built a bridge over to this front edge here and had my base here. I actually did some of my taming episodes on this island. It's got a very nice central component where it sort of has these 2 points that almost join together but don't. It's not too bad an island. That one spot over there where there's fresh water probably is what makes it. So that's fresh water. Oh wow, this is a bit nice. It's a bit more dank. Kind of swampy really, isn't it? Slide back down again. We've got some gemstones here too actually. It's just quartz, so that's crystal. Still just strong wood in terms of the wood. So I've used commands to clear the map just to shortcut this process a little bit and just see what's going down. Oh yeah, I recognise that island. There's a few islands that I recognise, the different types of islands that is. There seems to be some that I haven't actually seen before, which is also slightly possible. But what's a little bit strange to me, and I can see the deep sea areas where they're a little bit more disparate than what they... so obviously you can do your power stones quite comfortably, go in and do them more on F6. That way you can defeat your Kraken. You then have a lot more sailing to go and do your deep sea power stones. Journey of the Gods, that's the one. You want to get the 9 essences of power from each of the deep areas. They're going to take a bit more because you've still got to travel to go to them. I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't pull the deep sea stuff and put them centrally. But, you know, they've done it that way, I'm guessing, for a reason. It seems like so there's this circular pattern here. And I'm guessing this is what they were talking about. So the density of islands in this circular area is a lot greater than what it is outside of that. So the islands around the outer ring, not only are those islands smaller, but there's less of them. And I guess this is how they're hoping that the newer players will migrate towards the outside parts of the map where the islands are smaller and fewer, so they can just do what they want in their little islands. Whereas the people who are willing to do the action are going to migrate towards the centre, and they're going to take over these larger islands. And in that way, you'll have more combat because you'll be closer to the action. I don't think that it really... I'm not sure how that's really going to work at the end of the day, whether that really will do the job. But I don't mind, because I'm going to play single player. Once this is over, I'm going to start a new game. I'm going to wipe this character, and I'll do another playthrough. So with the different regions, currently we're in the Eastern Tropics, and the I4 through K6 kind of area, or is it I4 through K5? So these are the Eastern Tropics and the Western Tropics. Off to the north east side of things, we can go visit them in a moment. We've got the equatorial high desert and the low desert. Down in the bottom left hand corner, the western temperate and the eastern temperate, and the bottom right is the tundra and the polar. We should probably go and have a look at each of those and just see whether it's still the same styles of maps. Alright, an interesting island as I'm flying across on E2. It's a swampy island. It has the water in the centre. Looks funky. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Could see myself setting up a base on somewhere like this. Okay, the next spot. We're now on D2. We've moved into a desert biome. Wild cactus. Salt sandstone. Niter. Okay, coal. Yep. Normal bush. These trees seem to be somewhat better. Okay. Straw is called straw. It's good. That's how it should be. Bushes with various different things. Aged wood and roots. Okay, so we've got different woods. So because we've moved into a different biome, we actually get different woods. But apparently you get all the different rocks regardless, do you? Basalt copper. You get a few different types of metal. Okay. You get a different coloured rock down here. You're probably a straight metal. No, crystal. It's salt. Yeah, there you go. Floating rocks. Look at that. It's even got the shadow. The sandstone floating in the air. Anyway, desert biome looks to be all intact. And really, I'm expecting... There we go, back to the atlas. Yeah, alright. Zoom out. I'm not going to bother going through all the rest of it in this particular quick episode. As I've discussed now, the new map does look very interesting. I don't see how they're going to streamline their PvP experience so that you have newer players not being griefed by existing players. You know, hoping that people will congregate towards the middle and promote combat. Yes, no. I mean, it's a nice idea. I don't know if reducing it down to 15 grids is enough. Sorry, 11 grids from 15 is enough. Probably needed to be smaller again. Not entirely certain. So it's going to be a wait and see what the community really feels about that. For me personally, I'm just interested in having a play on a new map. And that island there looks huge. I might have to go and see what that one's doing. That might be one of the existing ones which I've mucked around on before, which had castles and stuff on it. Lots to explore, basically. Have to choose which biome I'm going to set up on and go and see what I can see. Alright, well, you character's looking a bit rough in the face now. Thanks for watching Scarvig in this little bit of what's happening to the Atlas map. The new map is out. Looks like it's going to be a bit of fun to actually have another playthrough. But I think I'm really going to be more interested now in when some of the quality of life changes that they talked about putting in actually come out. So there is a roadmap that they published, and they just need to actually get that out now. A bunch of fixes, a bunch of changes to things like the vitamins, they're going to get rid of that, and a bunch of other things that I cannot even remember now. I'll have to go and look up the list once again. But thanks for watching, and make sure that if you do find yourself interested in watching another playthrough of Atlas, that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you when I'm sailing in the Atlas. Catch you next time.